Coming up on LUTV News, local restaurant is stepping up to the plate for those who have fallen on hard economic times. Plus, a local bakery in the Del Mar Loop survives the worst of the pandemic, how they found the sweet spot to keep their business afloat. And the St. Louis music town is adjusting to changes to his life and his music. Those stories and more ahead on LUTV News. Welcome to this edition of LUTV News. I'm Dominic Hosher. The pandemic has hit many families hard, but many people are stepping up to the plate and doing good things in their communities. Ruma's Deli here in St. Charles is one example of these acts of kindness. Reporter Justin Gonzalez tells us how they are helping those in need.
In a time when there's been a lot of struggle, Ruma's Deli has provided a big beacon of hope for those that try to afford food through these hard economic times. Ruma's Deli on Elm Street in St. Charles has been serving up food in the area since 2019, but they have recently gained up steam due to the new meal program that they have decided to come out with.
A couple weeks ago, I had a friend of mine who's also a regular customer. He shared a Facebook post with me, through my text messages, and he said, I want to do this at the Ruma's Deli, and I want to be the first customer to put a ticket on the wall.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, it's a great opportunity for people who can't afford it right now to come in and, have a nice meal in their stomach and be able to go on with their day with some energy. And I think it's really good for the community.
The process for the program is also very simple and quick according to Dana and the workers here.
So all we have to do is just walk up straight to the wall. There's different meals up there, different types of meals anyway. They can go through, pick out which one they want, bring it up to the register, hand it to the cashier, and they'll make it for them.
While the meal program has had great reviews, the inspiration was driven by our customers and how they've responded to the idea.
We have great customers up here and an awesome community, so it felt really good seeing all the customers come in and add tickets to the wall, and it was pretty good.
News channels picked it up, and it was everywhere. We had people coming in, buying orders, and people coming in, taking orders off the wall, and it really went together very well, honestly.
If you are struggling to get food during the rough economic time, Ruma's Deli has food waiting for you, no questions asked. From LUTV News, I'm Justin Gonzalez.
If you want to learn more, visit the restaurant's website at rumasdeli.com. Donating to the less fortunate has become more available to dancers all across the nation, but it began right here in St. Charles. Reporter Jordan Deacon has the story.
A dancer from Fusion Dance Center is giving back to dance families in need by receiving donations from anyone and everyone. Nearly New Dancewear Collection, NNDC, was put together by Kennedy Webb. NNDC is a place where dancers can donate shoes, tights, and lots of dance clothes to dance families in need. Kennedy came up with this idea while preparing for her freshman year as a varsity dance team member.
Buying all of the new clothes and shoes and bags and all that kind of stuff. And it was crazy because it all costs so much to get all of that new stuff.
While Kennedy's parents make all of these brand new purchases for her to dance, she wonders about those who don't necessarily have the opportunity like she does.
See the dancers who get to come and shop, and to see them holding up things that you remember sorting or tagging or hanging, and they're holding it up like, wow, this is something I could really wear to dance and it would make me feel great. I mean, that's the best part.
As studios and dance supply stores have boxes to hold donations, NNDC has set up pop-up events for families to actually receive this dancewear. Kennedy's mom, Heather Webb, has loved helping her daughter through this process, but enjoys seeing the actual action of giving.
To see the dancers who get to come and shop, and to see them holding up things that you remember sorting or tagging or hanging, and they're holding it up like, wow, this is something I could really wear to dance and it would make me feel great. I mean, that's the best part.
The largest individual donation was a total of 289 items. This donation was made by Gabby Schultz, a teammate of Kennedy.
Rochelle her mom had been saving bins and bins and bins of clothes that were all sorted by sizes. And
As Nearly New Dancewear collection has only been around for less than a year, the impact is significant.
Overall goal is to receive donations from all across the United States. Reporting for LUTV News, I'm Jordan Deacon.
For more information, go to Facebook or Instagram and search Nearly New Dancewear Collection. Straight ahead on LUTV News, find out which Lindenwood sports are beginning to allow fans at their events.
Sweetie. Okay, you know what? Let's take off his sweatshirt. Get rid of pictures of him. You don't have to look at him. Goodbye, Dave.
Mom, you don't understand. He's tagged in like 400 of my posts.
I can cut out tags.
No, that's not how it works.
What is a tag?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care would love to share their first with you.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back. When you want to talk, I'm here.
You quit smoking and thought, that's that. But here's the thing about lung cancer. By the time you see the symptoms, it could be too late. But now, there's a new scan that can detect lung cancer early, when it's more curable. If you smoked, get scanned. Talk to your doctor or learn more at savedbythescan.org.
This pandemic has negatively affected many small businesses, but despite the rough times, a local bakery on Delmar is still making treats. Reporter David Bradford tells us their story.
If you're familiar with the Delmar Loop, then you've most likely heard of Sugar Mamas. A lot of businesses have halted during the pandemic, but nothing has stopped Sugar Mama from baking. Most known for its caramel cake and banana pudding, Sugar Mamas has been in business for 5 years. Located on the popular Delmar Loop, this place gets recognition for its sweet treats. Since the pandemic, there are many changes that have taken place.
Since the pandemic, we have offered curbside service, carry out, and we also have plenty of hand sanitizer. And if you come and you don't have a face mask, we do have some that we can just give you to use.
Owner Stephanie White makes most of the recipes for her treats. A few recipes are of her father's and other family members.
One of my favorite cakes here at Sugar Mama's is her caramel cake because it's a homemade cake and it's also homemade caramel.
Many customers remain consistent in their bakery purchases. At Sugar Mama's, most items will cost you between $5 and $7.
Another one of my favorites here at Sugar Mama Treats is the strawberry shortcake.
As a result of the pandemic, the store makes 30% less than it usually does. The Delmar Loop Association has supported this business and other locals through the donations of personal protective equipment such as hand sanitizer, masks, and gloves. Additionally, Wash U Realty has supported by offering monetary gifts towards the monthly operating costs. White is thankful for her supporters.
I would like to personally thank the community, thank all my friends and family, and just thank everyone that has come out to support Sugar Mamas.
Once the pandemic is over, White plans to reopen indoor dining and make expansions for outdoor dining. For LUTV News, I'm David Bradford.
For more information, visit @SugarMama's on Facebook. After many months of empty stadiums and arenas, fans are starting to make a return to Lindenwood sporting events. I had the chance to dig deeper into some of the changes that Lindenwood has made to make this possible. It has been nearly a year since the pandemic shut down the sports world. For Lindenwood, most of their sporting events that have taken place since have played in front of empty stands, including those played at Highland Arena. Vice President for Collegiate Athletics Brad Walkler says a lot went into this decision.
We had a lot of new protocol as it relates to just game management in terms of the spacing of the benches and how we handled in-game activities and stuff along those lines, and cleaning and sanitizing and practice and warm up. And so it just made a lot more sense to just, hey, we're gonna limit to essential personnel, allow us to get our feet under us, understand the new parameters surrounding game management, and really, again, maintain it as safe and healthy of an environment as we possibly could.
While the Highland doors will likely remain closed to most fans and spectators for the short-term future, positive steps have been taken at outdoor events. For sports like lacrosse, athletes can have up to 4 people come and watch, while students at a limited capacity are able to attend too.
Didn't expect a huge turnout, although I would say there's more students than I thought there would be, because I think they're all just looking for something to do. So it was great to see and great to give them the opportunity to get out there and support our teams.
Senior Mia Tebby was one of the students who attended the game and compared it to events from the past.
I actually thought that people were more hyped up this time, just because I think everyone was so excited that they were able to go.
Unsure of what's ahead, Walkler still remains optimistic.
I don't think we're going to get to the fall and everything's going to be completely back to normal, but I do think that as we get further along, that things will improve, and I think the fall will more, my hope is that the fall looks more like a traditional fall than it has in the past compared to this past fall.
To find out more regarding the current fan situation at Lindenwood sporting events, you can go to social media at @LU_Lions on Twitter and other social media channels. Dominic Osher, LUTV News. Coming next, a St. Louis musician finds a way to continue working through the pandemic, but that's not the only challenge that he faced in 2020. His home life went through major changes as well.
Who's most at risk for coronavirus? People over 65, people with underlying medical conditions like heart disease, chronic lung disease, asthma, diabetes, people undergoing cancer treatment, and people with weakened immune systems. What should you do if you or a loved one is at higher risk? Avoid close contact with people, avoid crowds, stay home if you can, wash your hands frequently, learn more ways to protect yourself and others at coronavirus.gov.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day I found out I had something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere. And just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
A local musician is experiencing more changes and challenges from 2020 than just COVID-19 restrictions. Reporter Ben Kaiser has more on his story.
Before COVID-19, Matt Rowland would entertain the city nightlife with his music.
Now, a year later, he's adjusted to a new way to perform his art as well as a new home life.
There's a few music venues in St. Louis City that are still having music. I mean, but obviously it extremely reduced capacity. But otherwise, just hanging at home and I mean, making music and releasing music myself.
I always go ahead and share things on social media. That's just a really easy way to help connect with other people that he's not necessarily friends with. And whenever he released his CD years ago, I helped, get all the CDs together and things like that. That was a lot of fun.
While last year brought several roadblocks to Roland's music, the year 2020 did bring about good things for a change.
Yeah, 2020 has been a big change, life-changing year. I mean, COVID aside, found another house, and I had my first baby, we had our first baby, which was, obviously a whole life-changing thing, and just my whole direction and priority in life has changed.
So we're together all the time. He's working from home, and there aren't any shows or gigs anymore, or fun trips. But it's been a blessing in disguise for us personally, because we had Levi, our first baby. He's been able to be at home so much more than he would have otherwise.
As the couple face new challenges in their lives, they are eager to push on with their future as parents and their music career. For LUTV, I'm Ben Kaiser.
For more of Matt's music, go to Spotify and search Matt Roland. That's it for this edition of LUTV News. I'm Dominic Hosier. Thanks for joining us.